Hello everyone, my name is Fred. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Alpic, the MCP hosting company. Welcome to this third episode of Code with Fred. Code with Fred is a series of tutorials aiming at helping developers build ChatGPT and MCP app. Today's episode is focused on Devtools. Devtools is a way to fast iterate on your local development environment of ChatGPT and MCP app. We've built Devtools directly within Skybridge using the npm run dev command. Let's jump into my IDE and show you around what it looks like. On any Skybridge project, you can run the npm dev command that is a shortcut for Skybridge dev. When running such command, you will have a local development environment available with Devtools on localhost 3000. Let's jump into my localhost. The example I'm running is the capital example from the showcase example on Skybridge documentation. Feel free to check it out and try it for yourself. When running the Devtools, first thing you see is a list of tools available on the MCP server backing your application. I have only a single tool available on the Capital World Explorer. This tool expects the name of a capital. Let's go along with Paris, my capital. When executing the tool, I have an answer from the MCP server that is being returned, and if a widget needs to be rendered as part of an MCP application, the widget content will be rendered here together with the logs and properties, state, and resources associated with this tool call. In addition to inspecting what's the actual content that has been returned, I have the ability to act upon the widget rendering properties. Let's say that, for example, I want to customize the rendering of the map based on the current user theme, be it dark or light mode. I can do that using the toggle switch here. At the moment, this has absolutely no impact on the rendering of the capitals. Let's change that. If I go into my map view component, which is a React component responsible for rendering the map, I have the ability to choose the map style that is going to be used for rendering. At the moment, it's only going to be a light map, but I can use the current theme of the widget, of the ecosystem of the host, as a way to characterize which map style I want to use. To do that, I can use the theme that is being used from the use layout hook available in Skybridge. Use layout works both in ChatGPT and MCP app, so you can use it without having to consider whether your app is being rendered inside ChatGPT or inside Claude, for example. Now that I have the theme, I can change this to be based on the theme itself. There is Hot Module Reload available on my application, so I don't need to restart my development server. I can jump back into my Explore Capital and see right away that the map of the widget is now rendered in dark mode. And whenever I change between light and dark, the map is being affected accordingly. This is very convenient to be able to iterate quickly on the various features of your widget without having to connect your app, even in local, to an existing ChatGPT or Claude application. You don't have an LLM inside the Devtools, but you're able to simulate any action that the host would have on your widget. Another concrete example that is being already implemented into Capital is the fact that display mode has an impact. I can jump from inline view to full screen view by clicking on the capital, or if I don't want to realize the quantity of actions necessary to reach this point, act on it using the display mode constraint from the properties tab. Anytime I change it, my widget will react accordingly. Last but not least, if you remember well the first episode of Code with Fred, we were talking about widget to context synchronization. Another convenient tool that we provide inside the DevTool is a way for you to inspect the current state that is being forwarded to the context using data LLM attributes throughout your application. Inside the capital example, just like we showed during the first episode of Code with Fred, we are using this to let the model know about the current capital that is being looked at. If I change from Paris to London, I want the context of the widget to be updated, so that the model is aware that I changed to London in case I ask any question. Using the widget state property, the widget state tab inside the Devtools, I'm able to get information about which are the states being exposed by my various components during the rendering of this specific view. I can now see that the detail pan for London is open and that the model will be made aware of this change. Devtools are a very powerful tool to be used in your development environment. You should use it to iterate really quickly on the first step of development of your MCP or ChatGPT application. Connecting an actual model using a tunnel or deploying for the first time only comes second. First, iterate fast in a short feedback loop using our Devtools. Thank you for your attention, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.